Alright, we are live. Hello, hello everybody. Hello everyone, hello. How is everyone doing? Okay, so I already have a pre-booking list of 5 people, and I am going to just get right into it. This live is closed. I'm not taking any bookings. I am not feeling well. I'm super sick, but these lovely ladies had already booked, and I really want to get it done for them. I don't want to like linger and stuff, but I'm super sick. Like, I'm not feeling well. This is not like a live where I'm gonna be, you know, going at it for hours and taking bookings. I haven't even made any videos just because I've been like in healing mode, but I appreciate you guys for joining right now. I appreciate you for asking or inquiring. I'm sorry, but I will definitely be trying to go live this coming week. If you guys want to get onto the list, you can book with me. I will update the description box temporarily. I don't want to just like update it because then people, like, after they miss this announcement, will come join the live and like send money and stuff, and then they'll get mad at me that they're not on this live. So it's like I have to keep repeating myself. But if you guys wanted to pre-book for the next live, you definitely can to secure your spot. Let me put all of that information in the description box real quick. Let me know if you do pre-book, and I will get you on the list. I'll confirm here what number you are. So the description box has been updated, and then the next live I want to say is Monday night. If it's not Monday night, it's Tuesday night for sure. It's just really dependent. I have like a weird schedule this week, so it's very dependent on like some other things happening, but I'm definitely feeling better. I'm almost there. Just tonight is not the night. So, Najee, do not add any more questions. I'm not taking any more bookings, but you can change your question, absolutely, for sure. But don't add any more questions because I can barely do what I'm doing right now. So I don't want to be overzealous and make promises I can't keep. But if you want to change your question, you definitely can. So everyone who pre-booked, you're in the description box, in the order you're in, and then everyone who wants to pre-book for the next live, you definitely can. But I appreciate all the love, I appreciate all the comments. I hope everyone is having a really great Saturday night. Is it Saturday? I'm not a normal Friday night, Saturday night person. I'm like hermit all the way, all the time. So I never realize that it's like the weekend for some people. Like, some people are out here like partying. I never like get that through my head, but I appreciate all of you. I love you. So I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna start. If you guys just want to watch, you can. If you just want to sort of tune in, sometimes messages that other people have booked for or receiving can resonate with you. So sometimes it's like you're brought here to listen to a message. So that can always work as well. All right, so we're gonna start with Stefanie. Stefanie has 3 questions, and the first question is she moving out soon? Ooh, we have the 9 of Swords to start. I'm like trying to hide my nails. They're all broken. Had a really bad day. I was supposed to get my nails done, and I showed up to my appointment, and of course they were like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Does anyone else find it impossible to make a literal appointment for a nail salon? Like, it's so hard. I used to be able to do in LA because it's LA, and there was like very professional salons, but I feel like the struggle is always real. So I have a bunch of broken nails because them bitches were, you know, super busy. Okay, so 9 of Swords, 3 of Wands, the Hangman in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Cups. Okay, are you gonna move out soon is the question. I mean, I definitely think this is something that is weighing on you heavily, and I feel you with this energy. For a really long time when I was younger, that was like my dream. My dream was to move out, was to have my own place, so I really understand your energy. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I think that it's gonna take a little longer than you probably expected. But when you do move out, and it might not even be like on your own, like you might get into a relationship with someone who has a place and you might move in with them, is sort of the energy. Or you guys move in together and find a place with the 2 of Cups energy. It does seem like it's going to be something that is very stable and very nice, but it doesn't seem like you're going to just move out like anytime soon, and it doesn't seem, I can pull some timeline cards as well. It doesn't seem like you're going to move out on your own. No, not 3 timelines, Spirit. Let's just do 1. Let's do 1. Okay, 2. So this is interesting. Maybe it's like a timeline card for when you might meet someone and move in with them if you aren't already in a relationship. So we have 6 months to 9 months, which is very realistic because that's sort of what I was hearing in my head was like, it's not going to be now, it's not going to be 3 months from now, but it could literally be 6 to 9 months from now, which is still reasonable, I feel like. So let me pull, I'm okay. Let me pull some Oracle for you. Let's see what the angels have to say. I haven't pulled from this deck in a while. But let's see what they have to say. I mean, I'm really getting relationship vibes. So we have comfort. I like this. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. And we have spiritual understanding, creative writing. Okay. Spiritual understanding. I'm bringing you. Okay, so there's still some sort of, with the 3 of Wands and the Hangman in reverse, because the Hangman in reverse is not negative, there's still some sort of some sort of awakening or some sort of I'm just gonna say it, some spiritual understanding that you're supposed to come to or come towards as far as like a revelation. The 3 of Wands, maybe you don't quite literally know where you want to live. Maybe you are thinking like, oh, you're just gonna move out of wherever you are within your city, but what if it's a completely different city? What if it's a completely different state, different relationship? You know, there's still some things that you have to understand within yourself and figure out intuitively, and I think that's why there is this delay. But I feel like once the, you know, I do think that it's not like a huge delay. 6 to 9 months goes by pretty fucking fast, but I do feel like there is something you're supposed to come to within yourself, like a revelation of sorts. And with creative writing, this is interesting because this could represent 2 things. The first is it could represent that you're a powerful writer and you can make a lot of money from that. Or the second is that it could represent that you're a powerful manifester. And one of the best ways for you to manifest is by journaling exactly what you want. That's how I manifested my life. It's always been through writing. I would write down prayers. I'd write down novels of what I wanted and where I wanted to live. And I would sync that up with moon cycles. And that was sort of my way of manifesting. So maybe that's something that you have to do. Like we have a new moon coming up on the 11th. Is it the 11th? Is it sooner than that? I don't know why I said the 11th. Maybe it is, maybe it is. We do have a new moon coming soon. And this would be a really great time for you to manifest clearly and like sort of clearly and also just like thinking about what it is that you truly want. We have comfort here. And I feel like you're going to find something that is very comfortable for you. Like I said, whether it's like someone you already know, you're already in a relationship with, or if it's just like figuring out what it is that makes you feel comfort and comfortable, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's move on to your next question, which is how does a relationship look for the next year? Okay. How does your relationship look for the next year? Okay. I'm going to use a different deck. No! Oh my god, of course. Okay, hold on. Jack, stop it. Alright, so dropped all my cards. How does your relationship look for the next year? How does your relationship look for the next year? Alright, to start we have Three of Wands, Queen of Swords, Devil in reverse, Ace of Cups. Okay. King of Swords in reverse. Empress. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. So it seems like there is some healing that has to be done in this connection. I do think that you guys will accomplish this together. Sometimes when I find that there's healing that needs to be done in a relationship, then like what comes next is some sort of inevitable separation. But I don't really think that's the case for you guys. I think that maybe you've already been through the separation portion, or maybe not, or maybe you just both have been very progressive about healing and working on the connection. But you know, it seems like you're very spiritual and very solid, and it seems like you have things together. Like you know what you want, and you know what it's going to take in order to make you happy. And so you kind of fit like the role of a teacher in this connection, and you're teaching this person how to treat you and how to, you know, be with you. And I do think at some points within the relationship, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. In fact, I wouldn't doubt that they were very codependent on you in your energy. This is like borderline obsession. I think it's very interesting because we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is a really positive card about stability. But in this deck, it's always thrown me off because it's him like clipping her hair, and then we have that clarifying the Devil in reverse. So I do think that at certain points this person was a little addicted to, a little too codependent on your energy. Like I still think that they're obsessed, but I don't know. Like if you're asking the wrong person, because I think it's like this is healthier than if this was flat out like devil energy. It's always good to have the person you're with be obsessed with you. This is kind of like a positive obsession, but here's the big but. This person is being represented as a King of Swords in reverse. And that means that this person isn't necessarily expressing to you their full truth, or it could also represent that they're expressing to you like exactly what they want in the connection. It can also represent that they aren't fully confident with themselves or secure, and so they have to rely on you and your confidence and security, because you're not just the Queen of Swords, you're also being represented as the Empress. Like you're the ultimate attractor, and you have this really attracting positive energy, and they have to kind of follow your lead, quite literally. Like it's not like they're in a league of their own and they stand next to you. It's that they have to look up to you. Like you're already there at this level and they're kind of beneath you in that way. So it's very easy for them to get codependent on you, clinging on you, and you know, there's ways around this that you can heal within this connection, but then there's very toxic red flags, and that's when someone like cannot make their own money and they're constantly using you for money or stability or security, or you know what I'm saying? Like, or they're projecting like jealousy because they're insecure. Whatever it is, I just feel like in this year, like how does it look for your relationship? It seems like mostly positive. Like you could definitely have a renewal with the Ace of Cups, and then clarifying, we have the World, where something within your connection finally comes full circle. And that's why I started off by saying like you're very spiritual and very solid. It's like I feel like you know what direction to lead in, and this person is kind of down to follow. And that might sound kind of weird. I mean, it sounds kind of cringy to me, but in some cases, you know, we're ending with the World, which is a very beautiful card. So it is gonna pay off in some way. So with the Nine of Pentacles and then the World, there is a chance that like you will move in with this person. That's where I feel like you will be moving out soon, like 6 to 9 months. But you guys will be moving together and maybe having or sharing an apartment of your own. But it's also very important that there isn't any codependency and that there is a lot of equality. Okay, I just got these really cool oracle cards, so let's pull one of them. All right, so we have Boundless Love. Today I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller, noticing the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over again, with everything from honeybees to neon signs. And while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else sort of falls into place. Oh, I love that. Okay, this is super cool. We have perfect match. Congratulations, you've gotten your and everyone else's wish. This is an auspicious sign that a healthy, authentic relationship is either here or on its way. This is the sort of relationship where you don't have to compromise, settle, sell out, or otherwise be a non-you. This is a relationship anchored in truth and love, and that neither party will have to hide their farts from. Smells like a special duo. Okay, this is a bonus card, perfect match. I like this, because this can represent now, it clarifies even further that this Devil energy in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse could be past energy. It could also be from a different relationship that I'm picking this up on, that you're not going to be going through this sort of like bullshit again, where there's someone very codependent on you. But I do feel like with the Ace of Cups, there is going to be some sort of renewal and something that's going to be, you know, really good and really endearing in this connection. So congratulations, because this is really beautiful and really positive. Okay, so moving on to the next question of yours. Will the current career you have take off? That's a great question. I'm going to go back to the other deck that I was using, and we'll use the angel cards to clarify. Jack, I'm not playing with you, cutie. I'm not. Will the current career I have take off? We have the Hermit, 10 of Cups, nice, 7 of Cups. Jack, you're really cute. Like, you really are the cutest, but okay, lots of energy here. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. Eight of Swords. I mean, this is definitely spread of like, as long as you stay true to yourself, yes. Because there will be obstacles, like it won't be easy. There is going to be a lot of difficulty in this, and I see a lot of difficulty surrounding the energy of being able to make money and make profit off of whatever it is that you're doing. I do see, however, that you are going to be very happy. Like, you are coming from a place of love. You are coming from a place of feeling really good. You are coming from a place where this is something that you've been thinking about for a while, and thus it makes you happy that you're like pursuing it. But there is going to be some difficulty as far as like generating income from it. I do think that you will generate income from it Or it might be that you're generating money through other means in which you never really expected, because there is going to be a lot of different things in front of you. I wish I knew what this career was so I could like go in more depth, but there's going to be something where you're going to have a lot of opportunities thrown at you with the Seven of Cups. And the only way to not get clouded with the Seven of Swords and Eight of Swords and not like get trapped in your mind and not feel like short-sighted is as long as you stay true to yourself. As long as you're operating from a Ten of Cups, Six of Cups energy where you're feeling happy and feeling good about what it is you're doing and producing, then that's how you know that you're going to be successful in this current career that you're in, that it's going to take off. Another thing that I have learned just through my own experience and like seeing other people's experiences is that when you are in that energy, that Ten of Cups, Six of Cups energy, when you are happy, automatically, you know, you generate money. Like abundance sort of follows you because you're operating from a heart space, and that's the highest vibration of all. That's the only thing at the end of the day that matters, is as long as you love what you do and do what you love, you know, the rest really follows. That's why that quote, the fortune favors the bold, sort of shows up in that way. And with the Emperor, I do feel like there is going to be a need to be bold and make a decision. So whatever opportunities are going to be flying at you, some of them are going to be tempting. Some of them are going to be like like deals with the devil type thing. And it's going to be very important for you to be discerning and sharp and not get overclouded. And when I keep saying overclouded, what I mean is this Eight of Swords energy. It's feeling like you are stuck in something that you're not necessarily stuck in. Understanding that you call the shots, you are the boss, you make the rules, you can assert your own boundaries. You know, you're doing it because you want to do it, not because someone told you to. It's kind of that energy. And then with the Emperor following, it's all about like, you know, rising into your power, stepping into your power, being highly motivated, all of that. And we have moon cycles. So with moon cycles and compassion, like I said earlier in your first question, I feel like you should definitely manifest with the moon. I do think that is something that is very beneficial to you, manifestation and understanding how the moon affects you. So notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. I like that. So if you're having any sort of like wishes, or you're like, I want to start this career, I'm merely thinking about it with the Hermit card, I don't know what to do here and there, like journal it, write it, manifest it down, create a vision board, do some candle magic, you know, like whatever it takes, and then sync that up with the moon cycles when the energy is really powerful. And we have clairaudience, so notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. We have compassion. Soften your heart with respect to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. Yeah, with that Seven of Swords energy, Eight of Swords, it's going to be very important that you allow yourself to take a bird's eye view of the situation rather than fully emaciating yourself in it, if that makes any sense. Like, don't get too heavily involved where you're too much in your head and you can't take a step back and like really look at your decisions in front of you. And also don't be so hard on yourself if things aren't like, you know, generating income right away, or if you're not like seeing a bunch of clout or a bunch of success or whatever it is. You know, I'm not really sure what this career is, but make sure that you have compassion with yourself. Make sure that you operate from a place of love, self-love, and all that stuff, because that's going to be the most beneficial thing for you. All right. So I love you. I appreciate you, Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me here on the live. I really hope that resonated. I'm going to move on to the next person. All right, let me look at the chat. The next person is Alana. Okay, so Shanice, this oracle deck is called the Archangel Oracle by Doreen Virtue, unfortunately, but it is a great deck. I think this is like from her earlier work, pre-Scientology. And then, hello, Karen and Emily. How are you guys? Thank you so much, Kira. That is so sweet, and that is so not redundant. And Mabel, where is your comment? Set me on the 4th in DMD. Okay, Mabel, so I didn't make any announcements about going live, so I'm gonna have to book you in my next live. These people were booked from a week ago that I'm doing right now, and I will get to your DM. What is your name on Instagram? Because my DMs are flooded, so if I didn't get to you right away, don't take offense to it, I'm sorry. But let me know what your Instagram is. I'm writing it down right now, so after this live, I will message you individually. But this live right now is closed. This is all just people that had booked a week ago. Yesterday I wasn't booking anyone. I didn't make any announcements. Today I didn't make any announcements, but I will make sure I get you in. So you're gonna be number 1 on the next live, and that is either gonna be Monday night or Tuesday night. But I will message you individually and we'll talk, and I'll look at your question and everything. But thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you for Jayla. I love that. Okay. Thank you so much for messaging me here so that I got attention to it. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to move on to Alana, who is on. Oh, excuse me, guys. I know how annoying that is in the microphone. Okay. Okay, gorgeous. So you got mediumship with timeline and channeled messages and pendulum. Okay, so you don't know how to word it in a question, but you just want some insight or possible advice on what your future family situation will be like. You thought you wanted children, but lately you've been unsure, but your partner absolutely wants multiple kids. You haven't talked to him about this all. Okay, so we're going to do mediumship. We're going to add on some timelines, some channeled messages, all of that stuff, oracle, pendulum. So you want some insight and advice on what your future family situation will be like. You thought you wanted children, but lately you've been unsure, and your partner for sure wants multiple kids. Okay, so let's get into it. We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, in the upright, sorry. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Hermit. We have the Magician. We have the Moon, the Emperor. Okay. So you're definitely in a divine connection with your significant other. I would definitely start off by saying that. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse. And the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay. I definitely think that it's important to talk to your partner. And I'm not saying that in a redundant, therapy advice type way. I'm saying that because Spirit is saying that. Quite literally, you would be surprised by their reaction. I honestly think that they want whatever you want, and they don't want to put you at any unease or make you feel like you're forced into anything. I think you would honestly be so surprised by their reaction, which I think would be nothing less than supportive. Whatever direction you want to go in is the direction they want to go in. And I feel like the only damage you could do is not tell them. Because with the 5 of Pentacles and the Moon energy, I feel like you're hurting yourself by keeping this from them. And I feel like it is definitely weighing heavy on your mind, heavy on your heart. Oh, excuse me. And, I feel like this is gonna end up hurting you the most. You know, this person, your partner, loves you so much and they care so much about what you want. Obviously, they're gonna try to negotiate, and they do have skills of like wanting to you know, convince you otherwise. And I see that they're highly like stubborn and motivated, and I understand like your discernment, but at the same time I do feel like you are gonna be good. Like I feel like they want whatever you want, and I do feel like you guys are the type of partners that don't keep secrets from each other, and this does seem to be somewhat of a secret, or at least it's forming in that direction. And I think they can feel your energy. Like, I think they low-key can feel that something is on your mind and you're not telling them. And they're kind of like upset by that already, but there's nothing that you can tell them that they can't handle. They honestly rather you like give them half the load than deal with a big load by yourself, which I think is very sweet. So we have the King of Swords, the Sun, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Like, I feel like, excuse me. I feel like, you know, this person will be a lending ear. They want you to be happy. They love you. And whatever it is that you want, you know, and I do get this energy, like with the Emperor, that they're definitely still going to try to convince you to have kids, but they, you know, they don't want you to be uncomfortable. And I don't think this person is going to leave you. That's the thing that you might have fear of. And I don't think that they're going to just leave you out in the cold because you don't share necessarily the same views, or maybe at this moment you don't share the same views. And then, you know, this can always be a bonus. We pulled the sexuality card, you know, maybe there's no kids right now, but shit, there's more sex. And that's important too. And I feel like that would make this person very happy. Okay, we have boundaries. So this is an interesting reading at an interesting time because we are in Saturn retrograde. And I did just post an article on my Patreon about Saturn retrograde and what it means to us. And basically Saturn retrograde is all about those internal questions, and with that in the mix of Mercury retrograde, there is a lot of being able to assert your boundaries coming up as a theme. So we have sensuality. I'm going to read that first and then we'll read this card. Embracing sensuality doesn't necessarily mean you're a middle-aged swinger. It simply means you're savoring one of the coolest aspects of being alive, sensory input. It's time to get decadent and reward yourself with gifts for the senses. You could drop a wad of cash on champagne and chocolate, or you could tune in and enjoy the incredible gifts around you, the taste of an orange, the sounds of the forest, the texture of corduroy. I don't know, your life. The point is, it's time to savor whatever your senses can grab a hold of, even if it means you're being sensual. Gross. This is a really cool card in this reading because, you know, maybe you guys won't have kids right now, but you can, or ever, you know, whatever it is that you want, I think this person wants too, but it's like there will be more of this. So you guys can savor each other, you can enjoy each other, and that's how you can form this conversation with this person. I definitely think that you should speak to them about it because I feel like it's weighing heavy on you with the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, that you haven't told them. Like, if this person is like your best friend, it's like you tell your best friend everything and you haven't told them this, like of course it's gonna hurt in some sort of way. And I do feel like it's affecting you more than it would affect them just to tell them. But with the sexuality card, you can spin it. I mean, don't spin it like you're like a con man, but spin it in that like now you guys can really enjoy each other and savor each other, and like, you know, before there's a bunch of screaming babies and crying in diapers and stuff, which is great too in its own way. But in the meantime, like really have it out with each other. You know what I'm saying? And we have boundaries. I claim my right to set healthy boundaries and I allow others to do the same. Sometimes personal space is taken and sometimes it's given. And sometimes if you're on the subway, it's completely disregarded and shamelessly invaded. I guess it depends on the day. I love that because it's just basically, it's just like with kids, there probably won't be any fucking boundaries. And right now you're just in a relationship with this person, this is your partner, so you can assert these boundaries within your relationship with each other. And I think that is something that you should talk about. And like I mentioned earlier with Saturn retrograde, these feelings are coming up. You know, we're thinking about our life and the life that we want to create, the reality we want to create in ways that we've never thought of it before. And that's on, you know, it's not by coincidence, it's on purpose. We have nurture. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Those activities are important for you right now. That's an interesting one. I'm not even going to try to interpret it. I'm going to just leave it on the table because I want you to interpret it. Well, actually, fuck it. I lied. With this card as well, I know I keep bringing it up. Maybe it's important for you to look into Saturn retrograde. Maybe you're going through a Saturn return right now. I'm not sure how old you are. Or what your birth chart looks like, but there's a Saturn retrograde and a Mercury retrograde, and this mixture of retrogrades with the communication aspect and the life aspect of Saturn, it's bringing up, you know, old traumas from our inner child. So it's really kind of speaking up to like, how can we heal our inner child? And with this nurture card, you know, dig deep within you your feelings of not wanting kids, because there's not wanting kids, which is so understandable. And then there's not wanting kids because we didn't have good parents and we had a very traumatic experience. So there's always that. And I only say that from my dad's perspective. My dad told me that he like held my mom off. Like they were together for 15 years before they had me. Like 15 years they were like on the sensuality card. And he would like not let her have babies and stuff, because he was so afraid of his childhood and being like a horrible father. Come to find, he was fucking awesome. So sometimes it's like there's deeper roots to those causes. We have crystal clear intentions. Archangel Michael. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. Okay, so let's pull some timeline cards. Okay. We have very soon. I mean, that could represent like the conversation that needs to be had. And then we have 8 months. Okay, interesting. So I am going to pull the pendulum for you, and then we're going to do some channeled messages. So I'm just going to let you ask whatever question you want. Okay, so I'm just going to freehand pull it. Ask whatever question you want, and we will do your channel messages. Hi Sarah, how are you? Oh my god, I missed you. When are you ready to push, girl? That's like any day now. We have definitely. So the answer to your question, whatever you did ask, is definitely. I like this, okay? So let's do your channeled messages. I really love these cards. These are so, they're like so fun. Man, I cannot wait to do a video. I'm like so sick. And I'm just like full of ideas. Like I cannot wait to make a new video coming up. Okay, so channeled messages. We are just gonna do channeled messages like from the divine and just see, you know, what comes out. Whoa, a lot. Death, Page of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Swords. Girl, I have like one snack and I'm like feeling fucking pregnant and I'm like, it's too hot. I'm too bloated. I can't even imagine. I literally cannot even imagine. I would just be so cranky. Oh my god! That's a big boy. If it makes you feel any better, I think I was literally like 10 pounds or 11 pounds. I was like in the double digits. Okay. Let me focus on the channeling. You are allowed to have whatever it is you want and you wish for. And I feel like there's an inner transformation that is happening for you, within you, And you would be surprised by the opportunities coming your way. I definitely feel like a new path is being laid out for you, and all of the stress and all of the anxiety you have about speaking out about what you truly want and truly desire is going to be in the past. You are this Queen of Wands, you're magnificent, you're beautiful, you're untouchable, and no one is going to leave you because you assert your boundaries. In fact, it only makes you more attractive. And I feel like at the same time making you even more attractive, it's all about operating from a place of happiness. If you feel like something is not going to make you happy and you feel like something else is going to make you happy, then that is really all that truly matters. But it is important to communicate and ask for what you want. I feel like in the past you had other ideas about where your life was going to go, and now you've actually come home to who you truly are and what you truly want. But again, it's important to talk to your person about this, because you'd be surprised like how supportive they would actually be and how understanding they actually are. I think that if you do anything where you operate from a place of love and a place of truth, then there is no way that anyone could ever hold resentment against you. I do feel like the forces are going to balance out, and there is going to be a lot of harmony in your life, maybe even a lot of travel in your future. And you are going to fill in the blanks, and the blanks by being what this person may want and what you might not want with something else and something even better. And what you might truly desire will come in due time, but I think it's important for you to be very clear about what you want in the meantime. Right now, you're taking a leap of faith, trying to follow your intuition towards what your destined path really is. And I want to assure you that I feel like you are on the right path. And this path is going to lead you towards a lot of stability, and you would be very surprised that it might even lead you towards the same sort of ending, but just on your time in your own way. I think that you're truly going to be happy, and I feel like you're truly going to feel very magnificent, but this time you'll feel ready. All right, gorgeous. All right, Alana, thank you so much for joining. I love you, I appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. So I'm gonna move on to the next person, which is Najee. Hello, gorgeous Najee. Let me know what your new question is. I saw that you have the mediumship. And I just got your voice message. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I can't with the group chat right now, wait. I literally, okay, if I'm being honest, I saw it earlier, but I was like, how do I address this? I have such a short, we'll talk about it in the group chat, but I'm literally dying at you guys. You're so funny. Because it's just like, ugh. Y'all are so funny. I love you guys. Okay, so I was thinking the same thing. It's so funny how we were all reading the same energy and like had the same mind and stuff, but we all were just like, okay, how do Spirit give me the strength to be patient and sweet? Because I do not want to start off this way. Oh my God. All right, so what are your spiritual gifts and your most prominent and unique one? We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have, yeah, when is the Taurus fucking moon is right. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Emperor. What is your most prominent spiritual gifts? What are the most unique ones? Three of Wands in reverse. The Devil in reverse. Okay, interesting contrast here. Whoa. Right as I said that. Ten of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so you are definitely like primo intuition. Like you are so intuitive, it's like unfair. You can read a vibe like real fucking quick. And although it is a blessing, it's also a fucking curse because it makes you severely empathetic, which I relate to this. I was at the mall today and I didn't realize that it was fucking Saturday. And I didn't realize that it's fucking Texas. And then I also didn't realize that there was a fucking festival at that mall. And I was like, I was like, what the fuck did I just walk into? And it's literally like, I'm too empathic. Like it's a problem. I had to put my headphones in and I had to look down at the ground as I walked to my destination because it's just too many energies and I can read people's vibes and like, oh, they're looking at me in a certain way. And like, I know what they're thinking. And I just like, I can't read into it. It's too much. And it's like over stimuli. And I feel like that happens for you as well. I definitely feel like one of your greatest psychic abilities is that you can read people like a fucking book, like a full ass map. You're like, I know exactly where you've been, I know where you going. Like you are a whole ass map. And I feel like also, you, along with having intuition, like you have a lot of backbone. And this is also very important because you can be like a baby empath and that's very cute and sweet and I love that for you. But if you don't have backbone and you don't tell it like it is, or you don't have the ability to communicate or get yourself out of tough situations or call people out on their shit, then it's not that useful. You know what I'm saying? Like think of like your baby self, or like, I'll just throw myself under the bus. My baby self. Like I was such a sensitive little Cancer moon baby and I was so fucking shy and I didn't know how to speak up for myself, and like, my dad would just like, he's so ridiculous. He'd be like, you better get that Cancer moon under control. Like he was a Scorpio. He'd just be so mean to me about it. He was like, you can't be this sensitive. Like there's no way. And I was just really bad at like speaking up for myself because I was so afraid of like what would happen. And I feel like you have that backbone, you have that ability to communicate, and you also have your eye on the prize. So not only do you have intuition, but you also have vision, like you have foresight. So you can see very clearly like down the line what you want and what you're gonna get. And here's the thing, this is what's very interesting. This is the thing. With the Four of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Swords, something happens between you, your intuition, and your visions where somewhere in the middle of that, you forget the process, or you don't trust yourself, or you second guess yourself, or you overthink, or like something happens in that process where like you know the fucking destination, Najee. Like you definitely understand where you should be and where you're going and all of that, but then once you're like in it, like fully in it, like you like Four Cups energy, like you second guess yourself, like you overthink, you take a step back, you take a step to the right, a step to the left. It's almost like you're like, I can't, like it's almost like you don't even trust that you have intuition and vision. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have it for sure. I'm out here telling you. But then at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, sometimes you're just like, no, that's not me. I don't have it. Like, there's no way I know what I'm doing. And it's like, you do. Like, you really do. Like, we're out here rooting for you. Like, your guides are like, yes, no, wait, no, go back. It's like you're like on the path, and then you take a step back and you like sit by a tree and you're like, I don't fucking know. And your guides are like, yes, you do. What the fuck is your problem? So it's like really funny because it's like, I feel like the only limitation you have is yourself, which, you know, the irony, because that's all of us, like our own worst enemy is always ourselves, so that makes a lot of sense. But I just feel like with that Gemini moon of yours, you have the ability to see all different perspectives. You have the ability to understand people from all different perspectives. Like, you don't really have judgment. Like, you have judgment in a judgment tarot card sense. You don't have judgment in like you're judgmental. So you have really good judgment. You can read people really well, and you can apply that to yourself. So when you're not sure about something, or you're not sure about like a job or a path that you're on, like you can apply that same judgment to yourself, but because you have your own bias, you second guess yourself. Like, you don't trust yourself enough to like, to make those definitive answers for some of your questions, and therefore you have to reach out or seek out confirmation of like literally what you already know. So one of your most unique and powerful gifts is your intuition and your vision, your ability to see the future. I wouldn't doubt if you actually had visions, which is really cool. So like visions, I'm not going to explain what visions are, like you definitely know what they are, but like visions can change. So just because they don't all come true doesn't mean that you don't have vision or you have visions. You know, there's so many probabilities and so many different energies and so many corresponding sort of like elements that go into like your present and future that anything can change at any given point in time. But if you have some visions that come true, like that is pretty significant, and that is pretty awesome. And sometimes, like, I met someone who I love, and you know, you guys know who he is. He has visions too, but he has visions in a very different way than I have visions. His visions are always warnings. They're always like what you should not do, like what will happen if you take the wrong step. And they give him foresight to make better decisions in the present, if that makes sense. So we can all have visions, but sometimes they're relayed and interpreted in completely different ways. I have literal visions myself, but they're so fucking far in the future. One of the things that I've been trying to practice is having more clear visions of like right now, like the present future. But I'll have visions of me like at like 40 or like 60 or like later down the line. Like I had a vision of me in Austin way before I had ever decided to come to Austin. Like before it was a fucking thing. Like way before. And it was when I was 25 and I just celebrated my 25th birthday. So that's fucking crazy. But I think you have that same power, but yours is actually very sharp. Like you actually have very clear motive and drive. The thing is, Spirit really wants you to apply that to yourself. Spirit really, really wants you to understand that you should take a leap of faith because you are correct about where you're going, where you're headed, all that great stuff. You have to remember who you are. Archangel Michael, you are powerful, loving, and a creative child of God. You are very loved. And divine order. Archangel Raguel, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So all of the thoughts, all of the murky feelings and the feelings of unknown, that's illusion. That's moon energy. That's not real. That's on the other side of the simulation. That's something that you can completely push past and push through, which I definitely think that you do with other people. Like, I think your vision and foresight is very strong when it comes to other people. Like we were texting the other day, and you told me something that I was already planning on doing with my future, but you already fucking knew it. So it's like, you can do that with people. Like you're really good at figuring them out and then being like, I see this for you in the future. Like you literally blew my mind when you said that. I was like, what the fuck, how did she know that? Like I told you what I was gonna transition into doing with tarot cards, and you fucking already knew it. So it's literally like you have that vision and that foresight, especially when it comes to other people, and it's because you don't allow illusion to get in the way of your judgment, because your judgment is really on point. But when it comes to yourself, obviously you have like emotions, and obviously you have like different, you know, sort of feelings and stuff behind it. So you allow yourself to like get in the way of it. We have angel therapy, which obviously everything I'm saying is much easier said than done. Like if I could like teach a course on how to not be your own worst enemy, I'd have to first figure out how to not be my own worst enemy. Like obviously it's easier said than done, but you know, we all get it. So we have spiritual understanding. I'm like losing my voice. So we have angel therapy. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burden. So one of the things that I think you need to understand is like you have your spiritual team, like your spirit guides and your ancestors, and I definitely have channeled them many times, but you also have angels around you, and your angels are here and ready to receive whatever it is that you want to throw at them, and you can lean on them when you need them. So I didn't know if you knew that already. Some of us feel closer to this person or these people as our guides or this or that or whatever. I personally have a very strong relationship with my angels, like more than I do with my guides. But sometimes it's vice versa. And sometimes it's just one person. Like my guy is just very close to one fucking guy. His name is Bruce. And I'm just like, okay, go off. So, you know, it's always different depending on person to person who we connect the most with. But in case you didn't know, you have a lot of angels around you. With spiritual understanding, I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols to help you understand spiritual truths. This one's really cool because if you learn about Archangel Raziel, he is all about geometric and sacred shapes. So I don't know if sacred geometry has ever been like appealing to you or numerology, but that would be all him. He's going to try to communicate with you through that, through like triangles or shapes or circles or swirls or numbers or like whatever it is that you might see. And that I think is something to like, for your Gemini moon, is something to just like research online. It's just like a really cool little pit hole. Okay, are we here? Are we here? Is everyone here? Okay, we're here, we're here. Cool, cool, cool. Someone fucking FaceTimed me. Hold on. Let me tell them to like not. Okay, so yeah, I feel like, you know, what was I gonna say? There's some cool, like, I don't know if you guys are into aliens. I'm super into aliens. But basically, there was, do I want to get into this? So I'm like, how do I even start this conversation? So you know how there used to be like mazes or like, never mind. Well, Najee, I'll talk to you about this tomorrow. But there's something really cool with sacred geometry and like how it makes us feel. Like when it's circular, rather than like sharp edges, it propels like a more calmer feeling than a more anxious feeling, if that makes sense. I don't know. You know? Okay. Yes, crop circles, Sarah, yes. There was this whole phenomenon with crop circles and the different alien races that could have been doing it, that it was like more than one alien race. But there was the difference between an alien race that was like, they don't call them evil, they call them, they don't call them evil, they call them something else, but they just call them like whether they are, you know, cool or not, basically. Like the not cool race was doing sacred shapes that were very sharp edges and created a lot of anxiety, and the energy within the crop circle was very like, ugh. And then there was other alien races that were cool that did like more circle-y, like bubbly, geometric shapes, and the energy within that crop circle, if you stood inside of it, was like really nice and really calm. So it's interesting. Okay. We have perspective, and we have initiative, and we have honesty. Okay, I felt like that was necessary. So perspective, what does a hawk see when it flies over your house besides a family of mice living nearby that you don't know about? What will your current problems, conflicts, complaints look like when you're 80 years old and you gaze back on the timeline of your life? In this moment, you're being given the gift of clear perspective, of knowing that in the end, everything is going to be probably much better than okay. Think large enough and even big issues become small. Become an 80-year-old hawk and you're really onto something. I love that this deck is really on point with everyone's reading because this is so random. It's like a love deck, but like, I love this. Initiative, step right up. You're being awarded a boost of initiative. This potent potion will give you the gusto you need to move your life in a previously unexplored direction. If you're in a relationship, then it's time to take initiative and make some interesting plans for you and your partner. If you're not in one, it's time to reach out to old friends, go on adventures, and potentially meet some new cohorts. Either way, this great journey is beginning with one small step or one short text or whatever. I'm not the boss of you. And then we have honesty. This heralds a wonderful time of rooting yourself in complete and total honesty. It might seem scary to tell the truth all the time with everyone about everything, but when you practice radical honesty, you can stop hiding and start relaxing. The best part is honesty from you inspires honesty from others. What results is a root and toot and trust parade, and everyone's invited except the bagpipe players, but you know they'll show up anyway. That's super cute. I love this for you. This is amazing. This is just confirmation of what you already intuitively know, my dear. Okay, so I love you. I appreciate you as always. I'm going to text you along with the group chat when I'm almost done with this live, and we will talk. But I felt like, yes, there's definitely a need for you to go on an adventure. Which I love for you. Okay. All right, so Lauren, aka Lola, you got an 18 plus and channeled messages, and you want to know why you can't get this person off your mind. Okay, let's get into it. So why can't you get this person off your mind? Wait, why are we paused? Oh, low battery. Okay. What, Jack? You're bored? You're kind of bored? You're like, what now? What do I do? I'm Jack. Come here, kitty. Come here. Hi. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Give me a kiss. Give it to me. Why do I have to beg for it? Huh? Why? Why, cute? Okay. So, why can't you get this person off your mind? To start, we have strength. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Hangman in reverse. We have the High Priestess. You guys, Sarah has to join this group chat because she is the sweetest person ever. I'm telling you, you guys are gonna love her. I can already see that you guys love each other, but like we have to put her on the group chat because Sarah is the most amazing. We have the High Priestess. We have the Two of Cups, the Chariot. Okay, so why can't you get this person off your mind? I mean, I definitely feel like part of the reason you can't get them off their mind is because they can't get you off their mind. It's fucking mutual. So it's like they're literally manifesting you by thinking about you. You're manifesting them by thinking about them. It's kind of this like back and forth sort of thing. I'm gonna pull some channel messages. I just want to see. I fantasize about you. Yeah, exactly. Connection. There you go. You guys share some sort of bond. You share like a telepathic connection with each other. You guys definitely are on the same page. So like this is a really cute question because it's like it's mutual. Like they can't get you off their minds. I definitely think this person is trying to be strong about it and manly about it and like hold their own. Like they're definitely not trying to like reveal too much of their feelings, but they are thinking about you quite a lot. They see you as someone who is very stable and very regal. Like you just have this really beautiful like royal energy to you. They're kind of like, damn, like she's very abundant and wealthy. Whether you are or you're not, you just kind of give that energy away. Like you're very in your power, and that's a very, you know, attractive energy. This person is definitely loving your style, your personal style. They love like you give me like Capricorn rising vibes, you know, like you're very on point. You definitely have your makeup on point, your clothes on point, your body on point. This person likes everything down to your feet. They just kind of are an admiration of you. You might have a really beautiful Instagram feed. They're kind of like stalking your Instagram, thinking you're really sexy. And Capricorn rising, because you're very mysterious at the same time. Like there's something about you, the High Priestess energy, that you're not giving away. There's something very mysterious, very elusive about you that they can't put a pin on. And they're kind of curious about you. They're kind of like, you know, who is this? Who is this girl? What did she do? Why am I feeling this way? You know, all of that. They're just definitely fantasizing about you. They definitely have... You guys definitely share a connection together. I definitely think that you guys could end up in a relationship. I think you guys are sort of in the dating phase. You're kind of at this phase right now where you guys are both like very charming towards each other and like you're getting to know each other and all that stuff. But I definitely feel like you could move things pretty quickly if you wanted to, but you're both kind of playing a guessing game, like a bluffing game. With Temperance, Six of Pentacles, yeah, I definitely think it's a matter of time, and it could be any day now, but you guys could definitely head into a relationship because you guys really are like a match. Like you guys are really great together. I feel like there could be a lot of stability here. This person, if they haven't already, they definitely want to fuck you. I definitely think that they are kinkier than they let on. They want to like play with you. They want to play with toys. They also want to have like romance, like intimacy. They probably want to lower your inhibitions and like have some drinks with you. But this person cares a lot more about you than I think that you realize. Okay, we have pleasure. Oh, we have receiving. I give myself permission to feel pleasure, and I let that pleasure rush into my life in a decadent display of over-the-top abundance. Oh God, I love that. Then I realize that pleasure has been waiting at my door for a long time. It's just that pleasure doesn't knock on doors because loud noises aren't super pleasant. That is so funny. I love that. I love that. It's just that pleasure doesn't knock on doors because loud noise aren't super pleasurable. Okay, I love that. Receiving, I open up and allow myself to receive love in all ways, from all directions. It may seem scary, but it's better than receiving audits, bed bugs, or hate mail. I receive love and it feels so good that I decide to receive it some more, and then some more, and maybe just a wee bit more. Okay, I love this. So this is kind of like an ode to the fact that this person really likes you. You guys really like each other. You're both kind of playing like a bluffing game, but really like if you guys just stop bluffing, you could like get into a relationship and like already do the damn thing. Like you guys really care about each other. And then, you know, also look within you, like why won't you allow this person in if you aren't, you know, I'm not saying you are, but if you're not letting them in, there could be, you know, something with receiving, not being able to receive. And I think it's just very important that you understand that this person is ready and willing. They really want you. They really want to have you. If you will have them, that whole thing. All right, so I'm going to do your channel messages. What would this person say to you? What would this person say to you? We have the Knave of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, I don't really know how to read you. I don't really know what you want. If you want me, if you don't. I mean, if you want me, you're definitely playing hard to get. And I really want to get you drunk, girl. I really want to like take you out to a drink so that I can try and get some truth from you and try and see if what you're feeling, like what you're thinking inside that pretty head of yours, because it's really hard for me to figure it out. I definitely want to continue going down the road we're going down, but I'd love for this to transcend. Like I would love for us to transform and like be able to talk to each other on a deeper, more intimate level. I would love to see, you know, if this heads into like a relationship, if we are able to really like be together and, you know, where it will head from there. And I just think that you're so beautiful and so smart, but you're also so mysterious. Like I never know, you know, what it is you want, if you're thinking about me the way I'm thinking about you. I mean, I definitely want a relationship with you. I definitely want to be with you. I definitely want to grow and see where this goes. You are something that makes me feel really good, and you make me want to wake up in the morning and try and do something, and I just feel so motivated around you. And you're so beautiful. I love looking at your pictures and seeing what you post, because everything about you is just like gorgeous. Like I put you on a pedestal gladly. I'm just afraid that you're like out of my league, that you're gonna end up rejecting me, that I'm gonna be like this fool just with his heart in his hands, like heart on his sleeve, not even know what to do. But you know, you definitely make me happy, and I think it's worth the risk. I really want to try. And I feel very connected to you. Like I don't think I've ever felt this way about a female before. I don't think I've ever felt this way about someone. I don't think I've ever felt like I do with you, but I definitely feel like we could be in a relationship, like a long-term relationship. And I definitely feel like the bullshit that both of us have been through is over with. It's in the past, it's gone. Like I think we could both work well together, and I feel like it's a part of our path to be here, to have met each other. Like I definitely feel like there's a reason that we met, and I feel like this is something that is going to be very successful. And you know, I could see us being, you know, the best of friends at the same time we're lovers. So I just kind of want to know if I'm stupid in thinking that, or if I'm headed in the completely wrong direction in thinking that. But I really think that we could be together, and I just want to know if you know, I don't want to rush or anything, but I want to know if that will be reciprocated. All right. I love that. I love you. I really hope that resonated. I'm going to move on to the next person. Thank you so much for joining me here. I love you and appreciate you. I really hope that resonated. So the next person is Olivia, who got an 18 plus, and she wants to know what is going on in her love life right now. What is he truly thinking and feeling about me? Is this a soulmate connection? Okay. Okay, so what does he truly think and feel about you? We have death to start. Hi, hello. You're being cute. You're super cute, you know. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. We have the Five of Pentacles, Six of Swords. We have the Moon. We have the Tower. The World. Okay. So, this is interesting. Alright, so this is definitely a soulmate connection in some sort. It's sort of a karmic lesson. This is not like your end all be all. I'm gonna say that up front because this seems to be like a very tumultuous relationship and I don't like support that. So I'm not gonna be like, yeah girl, like get it. But I would say that like you are right in thinking that there is more to the situation than it meets the eye. Like there is some sort of significance to this connection. And it could quite literally be that you met this person on your path to grow and to learn some lessons. It could be about, you know, it could be lessons about asserting boundaries. It could be lessons about like what you really want. It could be lessons about what not to accept from others. I don't know what the lessons necessarily are, but I feel like it is more about, you know, this person. I also feel like they have to extract lessons from this. Sorry, I'm being a little thrown off because the cards are so for real. I mean, like we have the World here, we have Judgment. I feel like this person, what they think and feel for you is that they're very attracted to you. There's a lot of sexual attraction here. This person definitely thinks you're sexy. They think you're coy. They think you're innocent. They like your innocence. They think that you're very submissive and they like that about you. This person could be very dominant. They think that you're a little promiscuous. They get very jealous. They're not sure if you're like with other people or with another guy or like what you're doing, or they have like a wild imagination and they might assume that you're with somebody else. But this person's very possessive over you. They're very jealous. And in that, they can be very toxic. And that's something that I don't think you deserve. Like, I think you deserve someone that is stronger and better than that. So what's going on in your love life is that there's like definitely a transformation or an ending that has to be had. Whether it's an ending in this connection, like the connection's ended, or whether it's a transformation within the connection and an ending of like old values and old things that no longer serve both of you. So it's really going to depend on what happens, but I do feel like there is significance to this, whether it's just for you guys to both learn and grow from it. I definitely think that there is a reason that you met. So, you know, if you have shared some good memories with each other, it's not like by coincidence, it's on purpose, like you're supposed to. I feel like you guys, there's something about the connection that is a little toxic, and it could just be the fact that, you know, this person is very jealous and they kind of have this like possessiveness over you and stuff. And I feel like, you know, you are at a different level spiritually than they are. Like you definitely are going through an awakening or have already been through one, and maybe this person is like not as inclined to do that. It's interesting, you're both really incredible people, but together, there's something about this connection that's very triggering, and there could be a runner chaser kind of dynamic here. Like, I definitely feel like this person is normally very stable and very normal, and I definitely feel like you're super spiritual and super like connected, but something about each other brings you guys like a blind spot, but it is on purpose. Like, you guys are connected. It's just, I don't know if this is going to be like, oh, like you're supposed to have kids and get married and like that kind of thing. I think it's completely like different as far as like your purpose within the connection. I think that this is more about like learning about what you don't want from somebody in a partner. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull some oracle. Chelsea, literally, like, innocent and promiscuous at the same time is a perception of what this person has. I said promiscuous in the context of this person has a wild imagination and might assume that she's promiscuous, but she's definitely seen as innocent. And if you've never seen porn before, then I would understand why you don't understand you can be both things. But being coy and submissive and innocent, air quotations, is actually a very sexy, promiscuous thing. So learn it, understand it, and get out. Okay, we have reliability. Yeah, King of Pentacles, like, I definitely feel like this person is usually very reliable, very committed, but there's something about you, or maybe you don't want to be with them, and then it freaks them out, because I just kind of see the Tower card. I am reliable. When I say I'll do something, I take whatever that something is seriously. This applies to all commitments, even the ones that may have seemed small and insignificant to a less reliable me. From now on, flaking is just for dandruff commercials and cereal factories. Okay, and then commitment. I willingly accept that it's safe to topple my walls and commit completely to a relationship. It might be one that's already here or one that's on the way. Either way, those walls have got to go. Without them, I can't go further, feel freer, and love bigger than ever before. Bonus, no walls means I'll save a lot of money on picture frames. Okay, I'm willing to accept that it's safe to topple my walls and commit completely to a relationship. So this is interesting. You know, it could also be that you don't want to let this person in. It could also be that you guys are a good fit for each other. Whatever it is, there's definitely some triggering that goes down in this connection, and I feel like it's more served as a lesson. But yeah, I don't think you're wrong in believing that you guys are soulmates. Like, I definitely think you have a soul connection of sorts, but I don't think it's the purpose of being with each other forever. You know what I'm saying? All right, Olivia, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining the reading. I really hope that resonated, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, so that is the live for tonight. That is all the pre-bookings. If you guys wanted to book for the next live, you definitely can. I have 2 people booked already for the next live, which is Mabel, and I also have Jayla. So if you guys want to book, you can. All that information is in the description box below, and I will get you on the pre-booking list. But in the meantime, I hope that you guys are staying well, staying sane. I hope that you guys, you know, that are not staying well or staying sane, stay out of tarot card reader video comments, because damn, like, like, hello. But that's a topic for another time. I'm out here trying to heal my voice, so hopefully I'll be bringing some videos soon, but I am definitely bringing some videos to my Patreon. I've actually been posting a lot of cool articles on Patreon. Articles that I've written, by the way, not just like, not copied and pasted articles, but articles that I take time to write myself, because I love to write. But I really want to like understand more about Saturn retrograde, Mercury retrograde, like all those things and what that means to us, how it affects us in our lives. And I also think it's very interesting, you know, like I receive some really hateful comments from people and I don't really understand it. Like, it's very hard to empathize with them. But when I read these things, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, I empathize, because it's like, there's a lot going on, with the planets, and a lot of people are feeling very triggered and they want to project, you know, their horrible feelings onto other people, especially people that are like empathic, such as tarot card readers, which I think is ironic and fucking crazy, but whatever. So it is what it is, but I feel like in the meantime, I'm going to be writing, I'm going to be posting on Patreon, and I'm going to be healing my voice because, as you can tell, I'm losing it. Trying to heal it, but like, goddamn, such a slow process. And like, I also think partially it's like allergies, because damn, Texas is wilding out with the wildflowers. Like, there is so much nature out here. I'm like, there's so much nature. So not used to it. But anyway, you know how I always think that I'm checking up on you guys. I hope that you're doing well, for real. I'm gonna be talking to the group chat. Sarah, please join the group chat and all that great stuff. But yeah. Anyway, it was a short but sweet live today. I didn't really commit to like a full list, but I will be healing and going live again. I can barely like finish the sentence, which is like kind of embarrassing, low key. Like, do you hear how I'm speaking right now? That's crazy. But this is my reality. So hopefully I will get better. If you guys know any Reiki masters, let me know. I would love like a throat chakra healing session. But anyway, I hope that you guys stay sane and stay well. If you guys want to know more about Mercury retrograde or Saturn retrograde, make sure you check out my Patreon. If you guys want to see some exclusive 18+ content, that is also on Patreon. And if you guys want to join a members only Soul Fam live where there is no bugs and no bullshit. I don't know why I said bugs, but I'm just gonna start calling haters bugs, because it's like, I don't like bugs. Haters, like, they don't even like trip. Like, I'll tell a hater to their face, I'm like, you're a bully. And they continue to bully me. And I'm like, oh my God, like, you don't even care about that word. So I'm just gonna call him a bug. I'm gonna be like, you're a bug. Okay, anyway. So no more bugs on the Soul Fam only live. If you guys want to join that, that is on my Patreon. But in the meantime, I love you. Stay safe, stay healthy. And I will see you guys in the group chat.